All right, it's time for my fumble of the week. And while I am down here in New Orleans in preparation for the Super Bowl, I have my mind and my heart just thinking about NBA All-Star Weekend, Samaria. Okay, it's just next week, Valentine's Day weekend, which is always a good out for all the brothers out there. If you want to figure out how to get out of not being a part of the dumbness that is Valentine's Day, you go to All-Star Weekend. Anyway, for years, fans like myself have been complaining about the lack of integrity in the NBA All-Star game, right? Like, there's just not good basketball that's being played. People are scoring 170, damn near 200 points. There's no defense being played at all, right? And there's such a hodgepodge of players who I don't want to see. I don't want to see Jaren Jackson in the All-Star game, even if he's a good player. Even if he's a good player. I don't want to see, to be honest, if he's the best player in the league, I don't want to see Jokic in the All-Star game because he doesn't care about it, right? But there are two guys this year who will not be a part of the All-Star game that fans are up in arms about. And of course, I'm talking about LaMelo Ball and Kyrie Irving. Listen, if you want people to watch NBA All-Star Weekend, you have to include the players that fans actually want to see. I do not care about what the record is of the Charlotte Hornets. That is not necessary to put into the equation when it comes to LaMelo Ball being an All-Star. We want to see people who have electricity in their game being on the court. We want to see elite, high-level skill in the NBA All-Star game. I don't want to see plotting big men running up and down court, chucking threes and hook shots. That is not what this event is for. It is supposed to be the display of the NBA players who do things that we as normal human beings cannot. Have you seen Kyrie Irving play basketball, ladies and gentlemen? Is anything about him say that that's not the kind of guy that we want to see in the All-Star game? I don't understand why the NBA is trying to force these certain players and these oversized human beings to be front and center for All-Star Weekend. It's out of alignment with the brand. And the NBA does such a poor job of branding itself, especially during its marquee event. And it's these kinds of mistakes that will always keep it second fiddle to the NFL. And so the NBA, you are getting the fumble of the week for not providing fans with the opportunity to celebrate and watch in awe some of the most creative players that you have in the league. Samaria, what are your thoughts on my fumble of the week?
I mean, you're right. The All-Star game doesn't get good until the fourth quarter, where the score is 150 to 146. You brought up the NFL. They have to make a change in their Pro Bowl. It's a flag football game now. Do you feel like the NBA could do something similar? I don't know, maybe a 3-on-3 or something that can get people more interested in it.
No, because NBA players are soft mentally. The one thing that will change All-Star Weekend is a one-on-one King of the Hill, King of the Court tournament. Like, that's the thing that will change everything. But NBA players are so soft, which is crazy because I've been at Team USA practices and I've watched them play King of the Court. I've watched Kevin Durant, Paul George, and James Harden play a 1v1v1. And it's incredible to bear witness to. But they do not want to do it for whatever reason at All-Star Weekend. It's a weird thing how much they do not want to compete during that weekend, but will play their asses off and their hearts out during the summer.
Okay. I'm going to have to disagree with you on your fumble of the week. I think honorable mention, at least, should go to the Dallas Mavericks.
Why?
Because you traded away your whole... Luka Doncic is the Dallas Mavericks. I know that you have Kyrie, you have Klay Thompson, but it's Luka's team.
Samaria,
I feel like that's...
Has your fiance ever been in other relationships before y'all met? Has he been? Has
Where are you going
yes
with
or
this?
no? Yes or no?
Where are you going with this?
I'm gonna assume yes. Now, somebody else felt like that was not their person. And that is okay, because look where he landed. The Dallas Mavericks did not feel like Luka Doncic was their person. And they traded for somebody who they feel like is. And so we can't dictate how people value certain entities and people, right? Whatever they determined to be the thing that they need, they went out, sought it, and got it. Literally got the version that they wanted. Maybe they wanted Giannis, but they got AD. So we can't judge them for making a business decision because there's a lot of financial commitment to Luka Doncic had they kept him. So I'm just saying. But your fiance is for you. That's your man. That's your person.
Okay, but earlier in the show you talked about how great of a player Luka is. How he's one of the best, if not the best scorer right now. Why would you get rid of that person? Like, who is now the face of the Dallas Mavericks? Is Anthony Davis or is it going to be Kyrie? You
Well,
just set the Lakers up for the future.
Yeah, sure. But also, Luka is white James Harden. And so we've never seen James Harden win a championship because that style of play to be that ball dominant has never worked in NBA basketball. And in this iteration of NBA basketball, where you do need to have a strong team, you do need ball movement, you do need high volume 3-point shooters on the wings, Luka is a one-man show a lot of times. So yeah, while he can be the face of the franchise for the Lakers in the next 10 to 15 years, he is going to have to make a lot of adjustments to his game in order to become a championship caliber player. Because at this rate, as great as he is, all he's going to be is a supernova version of James Harden, which has yet to prove itself to be a worthy style of winning a championship.
So who's the face of the Mavericks?
It's Kyrie Irving, which I think is so beautiful. Right? Kyrie Irving, this man who has been much maligned. People have said so many negative things about Kai. You know him from Jersey, right? So I got to represent. But to see Kyrie be handed the keys to a franchise, like, no, we believe and trust in not just your play on the court, but your leadership, I think is just beautiful serendipity for a man that so many people said so many negative things about, for speaking up and out for his people and his community and atrocities that are going on in this world. That's all Kyrie ever did, and not want to get a shot. And now he has been afforded the luxury of a franchise in a state that does not have state income tax. Shout out to the universe, man. Shout out to the universe, bruh. The universe will keep its truest and most beautiful humans alive, afloat, and flourishing, despite what humans attempt to do to them. It's beautiful, man. I love that for Kai. Big Jersey.
Okay.
What are you winning? We winning. Yeah. You a hater.
Okay.
Anyway, y'all let us know your thoughts on my fumble of the week. Did the NBA do a poor job of selecting players for this NBA All-Star weekend? Is it time for them to put its most electrifying athletes in the game? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Appreciate ya.